Yes, now bless now people. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Signing in and signing out on this record. We listened to The Offspring. The record was Conspiracy of One. Got recommended on the Patreon by my kind friend, Cuckoo. Thank you very much for that. 13 tracks, arguably 12 if you want to read the 5-6 second introduction track. 12 songs for a record like this, with the song lengths of this, with the intensity of this, I think arguably a perfect amount of material to have on a album. First off, let's talk about the production value. I thought this was really good. I thought the sound of this record is better than any Offspring I've heard up until this point. The production, the sound engineering was fantastic. It was a powerhouse of a record. The guitars sounded fantastic. The drumming sounded incredible. The vocals were so bold and without absorbing the energy and space needed for the rest of the instrumental. Bass sounded quality, especially the moments where it was standalone, when you just had the rhythm section, the bassist and the drums just sort of jamming out prior to the incorporation of the 6-string distorted guitars and whatnot. The bass tone sounded fantastic. Given when the guitars came in, though, the bass sort of took the back seat. I didn't really pay attention to the bass sound whatsoever once the whole instrumentation was in. So, hey, maybe that was something that could be perceived as a bit of a letdown. But realistically, it's all root notes, isn't it? There's no flashiness. There's no virtuoso, egocentric nonsense in this band, full stop, or at least maybe from time to time. Not at this point, because this record is very straightforward, very driving, very punk rock in comparison to what may be a little more experimental in the earlier records we've listened to. Me personally, I think this is the Offspring's best record I've heard. I think it's the best Offspring record I've heard. Which people might disagree with, because I know people do have their favourites. It's fantastic because the Offspring fan base tend to have their own. It might be a what did you listen to first, or what got you into the Offspring, or so forth. It might be a question of such as that, because this band has come out with a lot of varied material, and people say this is the best record, no, that's the best record, this is the best record. There's a lot of varied discussion on what it is. Conspiracy of One doesn't really get brought into the comment section too much, from what I'm aware, from what I've seen. People say, Smash, Ignite, Americana, potentially, a little less so, but people reference them records, and not this. I thought this was incredible. I thought this was the best Offspring record I've heard. It was really good. It was just great pop songwriting, you know. The songwriting was really good. There was no filler. There was no, and when I say no filler, I don't necessarily mean just in the sequencing of the album from song to song to song. I mean in the songs themselves. You know, we got to the point. Don't bother us get to the chorus. It was fantastic. If you don't like the song, don't worry. We're going to be off of that song soon, and we'll have another attempt at the next banger that comes around the corner. It was really good. The energy was good. The drumming was really good. It was very pop, not even pop punk. I mean, I associate this sound generally with pop punk, because I came into music, or metal and punk music, through an extreme route, you know. So my perspective of what punk rock is very skewed. I associate punk rock with just like shit music, respectfully. Not music as polished and bright and melodic and awesome as this sort of sound, but it is punk rock music. I enjoyed it a lot. You tell me what my highest rating was of an Offspring record, and I'll give this a 0.5 additional. I'd like to go 1 point higher, purely because I do think this is that substantial of a difference compared to the other Offspring records I've heard. But, you know, I don't know if I've like overtly rated something quite high in the past, and I don't want to like give this something that overshoots what I believe it actually is comparative to, you know, the very tight-arsed ratings I generally give. This was really good. What more needs to be said? Lyrically speaking, it was alright. I'm not too fussed on the lyric, but there was some great hooks. There was some great melodies. The band's got a great way of putting 4 chords, 3 chords, 3 power chords in a song, composing a basic pop song and making it their own. They'll add a few different quirks that you won't hear anywhere else from any other band, and those little things really do add up in something special. But I think the best part of this record, probably the sound production. Of course the writing's pristine, but the sound production really gives this band justice. It's very polished, and not polished in the sense that it's too sparkly. It's just the two forces have come together to create a great product, I think. That's what I'm saying. That was the Offspring Conspiracy of One. I'm signing out. Peace.